What brings you to therapy, Nigel?
Well, Doctor, I'm glad you asked. I'm here because I feel terrible, truly terrible, from my head down to my perfectly normal amount of toes.
I see. And what exactly is making you feel terrible?
Another fantastic question, Doctor, which I shall proceed to answer thusly. How much money do you make in a year?
That's not an answer. That's another question.
Very observant, Doctor. But entertain me if you will.
Nigel, I'm a psychologist. I'm here to help you deal with deep-seated issues, not discuss my salary.
Very well. Let me hazard a guess and say it's, less than tens of millions of pounds per year?
That's accurate, but besides the point.
Well, that makes two of us, and therein lies the problem. I wish to live in a world where I do make tens of millions of pounds per year.
I'm not sure I can help with that, Nigel.
Tell me, Doctor, have you heard of a thing called YouTube?
I have, yes.
And have you heard of such a thing as a 7-year-old boy?
Yes?
Well, did you know that a 7-year-old boy earns tens of millions of pounds per year on YouTube just by making videos of himself reviewing toys?
It does ring a bell.
Then why the hell have I spent 25 years of my life in a boring, repetitive job that I hate to earn a fraction of what a little boy on YouTube earns in 1 year? Anything a 7-year-old boy can do, I should be able to do better. Far better.
Nigel, I think we need to look at where these feelings are coming from. It's probably related to something from your childhood.
There's no use even trying, Doctor. No amount of medicinal words could soothe wounds this deep.
Look, there's nothing stopping you from making a YouTube channel too. But we really need to talk about...
So what you're saying is that I should quit my job and start a YouTube channel, yes?
No, that's not what I said.
It's brilliant, Doctor. I like the cut of your jib. Now, in your professional medical opinion, what do you think I should call this YouTube channel? I'm thinking Nigel Leadfeather, YouTube star.
Look, I think we just need to slow down.
No, you're right. Star does make me sound full of myself. How about Nigel Leadfeather, YouTube sensation?
Nigel, this is ridiculous. You haven't even listened to a word I've said. You can't quit your job. You have a family to support. Of course, you could start a YouTube channel. You could become internet famous. But do you realise how unlikely that actually is? There are millions of teenagers much younger than you, much more attractive.
My name is Nigel Leadfeather. I am going to become a YouTube sensation. No matter what it takes. Nigella, my beautiful wife. Nigel Jr., my dashing son. Nigelina, my darling daughter. And Susan. I've called you all here for this family meeting to make a very special announcement.
What is it, Father? No doubt another excellent idea, brother. Tell us, Daddy.
I love your special announcements. I cherish them, just as I cherish the fact that you are a good husband and father who works hard every day to provide a regular and stable wage for his family. And your gratitude does not go unnoticed, Nigella. But all of that is about to change. No longer shall I work hard to provide for this family. Instead, I shall work smart, and in doing so, deliver us riches beyond our wildest dreams. For I am quitting my job to become a YouTuber.
Hooray!
But how are we going to pay the mortgage? Ah, Nigella, my sweet, simple, behind-the-times wife. Haven't you heard? Children make tens of millions of pounds a year on YouTube. Children, Nigella. But how? By doing nothing more than talking about their toys. And if a little boy can earn tens of millions of pounds reviewing children's toys on YouTube, imagine how much could be made by a man in his prime.
But how does it work? From ad revenue, Mother.
That's right, Nigel Jr. Ad revenue. And that's the kind of finger-on-the-pulse knowledge that makes you the perfect co-host to be on my new YouTube show.
Thank you for bestowing this honor on me, Father. I'll be the best co-host ever. Can I be on your YouTube channel, Daddy?
Absolutely not, Susan. And nor shall your sister or mother. You know how we feel about women having jobs in this household?
Our bones are too brittle for manual labour.
That's right, Susan. Well, I must admit, I was a little worried at first, quitting your job, putting the security of your family at risk for no real reason. But now that I understand the concept of ad revenue, I for one cannot wait to embrace this new cash-rich chapter of our lives.
Hooray!
I love you so much, Nigella.
What's this?
Excellent question, Terry. It is a written notice that I shall now deliver orally. I quit, effective from this very moment.
You're contracted to work 8 weeks' notice. You can't just quit.
I can't? Well, that's strange because it looks as though I definitely just did do that.
You can't go, Nigel. You're the best paint inspector in the game.
The secret is to make the work sexy. Once you can make a bridge sexy in your mind, you can run your dirty eyes over its paint all day.
Exactly. And now you want to throw all that away? And for what?
YouTube. And then Terry asked me, have you even done any research? To which I replied by informing him that I've spent the last 6 months watching nothing but YouTube instead of doing work. So I think I'm pretty well versed, thank you very much, Terry.
Good one, Father. That really is terrific.
Nigel Jr., what's the matter?
Nothing, Father.
I detected insincerity in your tone. Tell me, son, what's troubling you?
Well, it's just that I told some of the other boys at school about your YouTube idea, and they said I'm too old to make a channel about toys. They said I should do one about cod or something instead.
Cod? I hardly see a market for reviewing fish.
That's what I said. But then they said I should do one on Fortnite.
We won't get anywhere if we only release an episode every 2 weeks.
Exactly. And then they said at least do it about Minecraft.
It sounds as though the boys at your school are truly out of touch. Society has long since moved on from mining coal. I think that those boys are just jealous. Jealous of your big brain and prominent lips.
Yes, I suppose you're right, Father. Thank you for easing my emotional distress.
Any time, son. Now, our set is almost complete. Just a few finishing touches and then we can... Susan, what are you doing in here? You know I said you can't be on the channel.
But I found another toy for your YouTube channel, Daddy.
You have? And what is it?
It's a little vole with mange in its fur.
Susan, why? Greetings and welcome to the Nigel Leadfeather channel. I'm Nigel Leadfeather.
And I'm Nigel Leadfeather.
And together we bring to you the
Nigel Leadfeather Toy Review.
Excellent. And which toy are we reviewing first, Nigel?
I'm glad you asked, Nigel. First up, today we have a classic toy, a bath time favourite, the rubber ducky.
Quackers! Please tell us more about this fascinating toy, Nigel.
Okay, Nigel. Well, as you can see at home, this toy is yellow duck with a yellow-orange beak. It's a duck and it floats in water.
Fabulous! And what rating would you give this toy out of 10, Nigel?
Well, Nigel, given its rubberiness and duckiness, I'd give this toy a solid 10 out of 10 on the fun scale.
What a coincidence! I also rate this toy a solid 10 out of 10. Okay. And what toy do we have next, Nigel?
Next up, we have a samurai sword.
Ooh, 10 out of 10. Well, I think that's our edit complete. Now it's time to upload and share our video with the world. Let us retreat to our slumber and awake in the morning to reap in our collective success.
Splendid! I love you, Father.
I don't see how you couldn't. Good morning, wife. Time to see just how big of a YouTube sensation I've become. What the? No! This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense at all.
What is it, my darling?
Our video. It's only had 5 views overnight.
Oh no!
5 isn't so bad, Daddy. I'm 5 too, and I'm pretty terrific.
My dearest Susan, I wish we had aborted you long before you were born.
Nigel, how could you?
I don't mean that out of malice. I mean it because we would have one less mouth to feed, and now I fear that quitting my job may have been a grave error.
It's okay, Daddy. We can hunt local cats for food instead. We'll survive.
You might have only gotten 5 views, but it says you have 2 comments there. That's a pretty good engagement ratio, Father.
I do? Oh, well then let's see what they say. A samurai sword is not a toy and definitely not suitable for children. Well, I suppose it's constructive criticism.
What does the other one say, Father?
It just says the word nonce.
What's a nonce, Daddy?
It's clearly a typo, Susan. I believe this person meant to say nice.
And how much money have you made so far?
Excellent question, Nigella. Let me see. It would appear we've made absolutely nothing.
Nothing?
And apparently we need 1,000 subscribers before we can even be considered for monetization.
1,000?
Well, I'd say we gave it our best country go and it didn't work. Now the only thing left to do is simply go and get my old job back. Hello, Terry. You'll be pleased to hear that I hereby rescind the formal notice for the termination of my employment and wish to have my old job back.
Not gonna happen.
Oh,